Hey everyone, Austin here again with another quick play. This is my sort of casual attempted playthrough series where we just sort of kick back, relax, play a random game that I kind of feel like playing. And today's game is going to be Wolfenstein 3D. For anybody wondering, we're actually on my Windows 95 box. It features a Pentium 200 megahertz CPU, and I completely forget how much RAM is in here, but whatever it is, it's more than enough for Wolfenstein 3D. So I've got my install right here. Let's go ahead and just run some Wolf 3D. And what we're going to do is, we're not going to play through the whole game, because that will take all day and all night. But what we will do is run through the very first episode. One of the reasons I wanted to do this specifically is that Wolfenstein 3D just recently turned 30 years old as of doing this recording. And this was a huge title for myself. I still love this game. I still go back to it multiple times a year. But it really kicked off my love for the first-person shooter genre, as it surely did for many people. Yeah, the game is quite dated by today's standards, or even late 90s standards, but to me, it's still a really fast, fun, fluid game that I just love going back to. So let's go ahead and just hit the spacebar here, jump into our main options menu. So I did want to actually talk about a couple of things. You do have a bunch of different sound options, depending on your configuration setup. You also have different control options. I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but you can actually customize your controls in Wolfenstein 3D. And so what you'll notice here is that I'm actually got a WSAD setup, which is more like a modernized movement setup. You can also adjust like your mouse and the sensitivity and all that stuff. I have it maxed out. And you've got change view. Change view allows you to, bring the screen size in. Say if you're running this on an older processor, like a 386 or 486, you can make the screen size smaller to give yourself a improved frame rate. But we're on a very powerful system for this game. This game came out in 1992. My CPUs probably came out in like 95 or 96. So it's kind of overkill for this game, but it's a great way to play the game. So let's go ahead and just do episode 1, but there are 6 episodes. Every episode has like 9 or 10 levels in it. I can't remember if it's like 9 levels or if it's 10 with the secret level. I don't remember. We'll figure it out. 4 different difficulties, kind of like Ultimate Doom, where like I always play on Ultra Violence. For Wolfenstein, I always play on I Am Death Incarnate. It is definitely the hardest mode in the game. But it's honestly not that bad, which is why I always play on it. So we are using keyboard and mouse. My mouse functionality, I can move the character, around, just like so with the mouse. I can also hold in the right mouse button to strafe. You're going to be seeing me do that a lot. Also, you'll notice that like I've got a lot of control here. I'm very fast, I'm very snappy, and that's just how it is in Wolfenstein 3D. So now Wolfenstein does not have like individual strafe keys. That functionality just did not exist when this game was out. That wasn't something that wasn't really introduced with id Software games until Doom, which came out a year after Wolfenstein 3D. So you do have to play it relatively basic, where you kind of, just use the mouse lightly to strafe, or by default you can actually hold down one of the keys on the keyboard to strafe back and forth. Now I don't have a lot of health here, and there's some dog food. I don't think there are any secrets in here. I don't know where all the secrets are in this game. My good friend Ronnie does, and every time he comes over, we try to stream something that is Wolfenstein 3D related, and he often points out like a lot of the secrets that I've missed. So, but alright, let's see. Enemies do drop clips, so bullet clips, you can get your ammunition back, so I highly recommend trying to pick up every clip that you see. Now the closer you get to enemies, the more damage that you do, or the greater likelihood that you'll do a lot more damage. But the same goes in reverse. The closer enemies are to you, the more likely you're going to take a bunch of damage as well. Now, there are, lots of enemies in some of these rooms, and so you have to be really careful. One interesting feature, I'm going to assume it's a glitch, but a glitch that is basically a feature. It's just how the game works, is as doors are opening or closing, you can actually shoot through them, and the same again can go for enemies. And that's where Wolfenstein 3D can get pretty challenging, is you can get caught off guard like crazy as you're just opening up doors. So a lot of times it's good to open up a door, then like move out of the way. That way you don't get shot by an enemy that could potentially be on the other side. So now there's actually a secret over here. These are called push walls, and there's a lot of push walls in this game. And in order to find the secrets, what you can do is just kind of hump all the walls. You can just hold down the space button, which is your default open key. You'll hear like a buzz sound. Yeah, that's how you can find secrets in Wolfenstein 3D. And secrets are very good in this game, especially later on in the game. In the later episodes in particular, there are so many secrets with lots of health and ammunition and things like that. And in some levels, it almost feels like finding the secrets are necessary just because of how hard some of the levels become. So it's very good to try to find all the secrets that you can. All right. Now I am going to start playing a little bit faster. I generally play Wolfenstein 3D like really quickly, but one of the problems with that is that it might be a little nauseating for viewers. So this is actually our secret level. I'm not going to play it because I'm not a fan of the Episode 1 secret map, but I wanted to come here to get this extra life. You do have lives in this game, but you can also hit F2 and quick save. So, quick play. So we'll go ahead and save it. We should probably save it every now and then in case I die. But here's the calculation screen. Look at that, 100% across the board. Very nice. Got an extra life for it too, apparently. So, you know, the live system is, or the life system is not really all that necessary, to be honest with you. Because you can save it wherever you want. So as long as you're saving it, you don't really have to worry about like running out of lives or anything like that. But if you're trying to go through the game, say, without saving, yeah, it can come into play. If you die a lot, you can get a permanent game over, and then that is pretty much it. I don't think I need to be down here. Let's go this way. The second map of Episode 1 is always a little confusing for me. But here are our SS, the guys in blue. Very dangerous enemies because they have machine guns. Now, if you don't pick up the machine gun like I did on the first level in that secret, you can get them from the SS soldiers. Alright, let's go back this way. Now, I actually just remembered, I think I've got my recording set to mono sound. I totally forgot to switch it back over to stereo. I was actually doing some NES games, and, NES is mono. There's no stereo sound on NES, so when I record game or platforms like the NES, I always switch it back over to mono. A big part of that, too, is that when I stream, if I have it in stereo, you always get like that. There's one or two individuals that have like a screwed up sound system, like there's a connection not working, and they only hear audio in, one ear, because of games, using stereo sound. So I basically what I do is I stream in mono just to make sure that everyone can hear everything, even if like their sound system is screwed up. Like they're still gonna get all the details, like on some Super Nintendo games, like some audio cues only come in on the left-hand side, whereas other audio cues come in on the right. And so, even if they only hear things in one ear, I know they can still hear everything that the game has to offer, just not in both ears. So I hope that made sense. But the reason I mention that is that audio is extremely important in Wolfenstein 3D. You want to use audio cues to know where your enemies are coming from and where they are currently, and there's a secret right here. very, very important in this game because, you know, enemies can just wreck you really, really fast in this game. And, I mean, especially on this difficulty, they do so much damage on the highest difficulty setting. Like, I knew there was a guy directly to the left of me because I heard him in my left ear. And the closer you get to them, the louder they are. So again, it's very important to be listening in this game. Now I'm just kind of like dry humping the walls to try to find some secrets here. Again, I don't know where all the secrets are in this game, but you'll also notice that like before I rush around corners, I stop, I hold in my right mouse button, and I kind of move over smoothly. Now I do it really quickly, but the idea is to, you know, play it really safe. Wolfenstein 3D is kind of archaic compared to modern shooters. It's even archaic compared to Doom. Doom is a far more advanced game than Wolfenstein is. That said, it's not to say there's no nuance in this game. There is actually quite a bit of nuance when it comes to controlling the game and playing effectively, like playing well at Wolfenstein 3D. So, you know, stopping, actually kind of thinking about what you're doing, being careful before you go through doors is very important. And what I just did there was I just kind of like whipped the mouse back. So the mouse movement is actually pretty decent in this game. And we'll go ahead and save it. I haven't actually saved it in a little bit, so just to be safe in case I die. I don't want to have to repeat these levels in this gameplay session. Now, I don't know if I actually need a key on this map. I completely forgot if I did, so let's come back down here just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yep, no secret in here, or could be a secret on the other walls, but I'm not gonna check. Okay. Yeah, let's just go back then. Let's go down here. Now, just like enemies can shoot through doors, they can also shoot through themselves. So if you have multiple enemies stacked on top of each other or behind one another, you have to kind of get out of the way, because not only will you have whatever enemy that's facing you shooting at you, you'll have all the other enemies shooting at you at the same time. Because, yeah, that's just how things are set up in this game. So I like these chalices and whatnot. These are just points. It's just for points. But you do earn extra lives from points. So, you know, if you're trying to play saveless and you don't want to get a game over, getting all the point icons is definitely worth it. Okay, so we've already been there. Have not been here. I love the sound effects in this game. All the voice call-outs and stuff like that are so good. The gun sounds are really satisfying. Also, the whole audio distance thing is very convincing even to this day. With, again, how enemies start to sound like they're more in the distance. Whoa, see, like, a bunch of enemies stacked together. You do not want to be out in the open like that, because all of them can hit you at the same time. That's how you die really, really fast. Really fast. And we don't want that to happen. And again, what I can do is just kind of sit here, wait for the enemies to funnel through this doorway. One thing I love about Wolfenstein as well is just like how colorful it is. It's like, yeah, there have been a lot of like, you know, gray stone slab textures here, but like, you know, you look at the SS soldiers, those blues really pop, as does their blood. Alright, let's come back this way to make sure we've got everything like health and whatnot. Okay, I just heard some enemies. Let's get over here to the side. They might also come through this door right there. So I'm actually watching both doors right now. I'm not just looking at the one that's open, I'm looking at the one to the right, because if it opens, I want to go over and shoot whatever walks through it right away. A lot of people like to criticize Wolfenstein 3D because of its simplicity, but honestly, to play well at it, you have to be alert. It's not a game that's a walk in the park, especially on the highest difficulty. It is a game that requires like focus and effort. And it's one of the things I love about the game is that despite its simplicity, it is still very much a skill-oriented game. Now, one really interesting thing about PC Wolf 3D in particular is that there is a slight stealth element to it. This was actually removed in some of the console versions of the game. I saw that door close. I was like, why did that door close? Oh, an enemy probably went through it. But yeah, there's a little bit of a stealth element, and it's important to take advantage of that too when you can. A lot of times you'll open up a door, or you'll whip around a corner, and an enemy will be facing the opposite direction. He will not have heard you, and so you can take advantage of that. I almost feel like if you shoot slower with the pistol, it might be more accurate at a distance. I'm not sure if that's actually the case. There are still some details about Wolfenstein 3D that I would like to have clarified, but I've just never taken the time to really look into it. So even though I don't really need to go through a lot of these rooms, it's good to know like where the health drops are, and oh, there's a key. Keys are very important in this game. You have to find the keys. Thankfully, it's not like Blood on PC, where you have to find like 17,000 of them. It's just 2. Sometimes you don't even need both. Sometimes you just need 1 key and that's it. Yep, see, it took advantage of the fact that that guy wasn't facing me. Yeah, some of the 90s FPS games really kind of went overboard with the whole key mechanic. Where, like, not only would they, you know, require you to get keys, they'd require you to get all 6! Like, 6 keys? Really? That's just way too many keys. Like, even Doom's 3 keys sometimes could be a little much, but in a lot of cases in Doom, you didn't even need all 3. You just needed, like, there's some levels where you just needed, like, 1. So, Wolfenstein 3D is kind of the same way. They don't go overboard with keys. They don't always require them, or if they do require some, they don't always require both. It just depends. Now, Wolfenstein does have some limitations. Obviously, you know, there's no, you know, vertical height or anything like that. It's just every floor, every room is the same height. I should say you don't have variation in, you know, floor to ceiling height. And also, because the floor and ceilings are not textured, because they're not textured, it can be very easy to get lost. You know, a lot of things become very samey looking. And one area where it was actually improved in the console versions is many of the console versions of this game had a map system. So you could actually bring up a map and it would show you exactly where you are on your current map. But PC Wolfenstein 3D unfortunately does not have that. Now that was added into source ports for Wolfenstein 3D, so there's a great one called EC Wolf, which I highly recommend. If you want to play Wolfenstein 3D on a modern system and you want the classic DOS look, but not have it be super, you know, blurry because you're running DOSBox or something like that. Well, DOSBox, technically you can sharpen the filter, the default filter on DOSBox, or remove the default filter, I should say. But it comes defaulted with the filter, and it doesn't really look good on modern LCD panels. But EC Wolf is, like, honestly the best way to do that. Like, instead of using the DOSBox version of Wolfenstein on Steam, or it might be on GOG, you know, take the files from the game and then download EC Wolf and play it through that. You'll have more responsive controls. Well, not necessarily more responsive controls. You'll have a, you know, more crisp look because it'll actually scale up to like, I think it even goes up to 4K, EC Wolf. So it looks fantastic, and it's also widescreen. It's proper widescreen too. So keeps the original aspect ratio and everything like that of all the sprites, and just kind of like stretches out the actual viewing distance, which is really cool. Yeah, that's, in my opinion, that's the best way to play the game on a modern system. Myself personally, I love playing this game on the MS-DOS version on an old actual computer, which is how we're doing this right now. So, you know, everything is looking kind of samey. I have to try to figure out where my keyed door is. I don't know where I have to go. I don't know what door I have to activate, because I haven't run into it yet. I have the key, but I don't know where the locked door is. So, all right. So basically what I do with my controls here is I use the arrow keys, or I should say the WSAD keys, to just turn left and turn right. In certain cases, kind of like this. And then I use the mouse for more like fine-tuned movement. And then I use the mouse for my strafing as well. Now you can actually end up moving super fast by strafing and moving in the same direction at the same time. So like, hold down strafe, move the mouse right, but also like hold the keyboard at the same time. You can just move super fast. Alright, let's go back. I think I'm getting lost, which is typical for some of these maps. Like for me, even though I play this game quite a bit still. I definitely have a tendency of still getting lost. And yeah, that's right, that's where we got the key, so the door's not going to be in there. There's no reason for it to be in there. Oh, maybe there's a, did I go all the way down here? Oh, I did, and there's nothing. Okay. No locked door over here. Okay. Alright, well, let's try this again. The locked door has got to be somewhere down here. Let's go back through here, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Door. Okay, that's it. We found it. Take it easy, yeah. Because I heard enemies trigger. I was like, they've got to be behind this door. You know, some enemies can hear you from a long ways away. Looks like that's it. We might, yep, that's the exit. Now, interestingly, you can't actually, like, back into items. It's like you need to be moving forward a little bit, otherwise it won't register a pickup. It's kind of interesting. Now, you have to be careful about the exit doors as well, because, from this point on, a lot of them are gonna hold enemies inside of them to really throw you off guard. And that's one of the whole things about Wolfenstein 3D, is trying to, you know... you know, play on your expectations. I heard a bunch of enemies, so let's go ahead and just sit out here. See, again, you can take advantage of the fact that you can shoot through doors as they're opening. Alright. Yep, I heard someone behind me. Again, audio cues are king in this game. Like, audio cues are so important. I heard a guy to my right, heard him to my left. Oh, look at that. I actually went backwards and picked up that clip. So maybe sometimes you can, but a lot of times it won't register. Yeah, that was weird. Like, huh. Like, I picked up one going backwards, but didn't pick up the other going backwards. It was... or going backwards in the same fell swoop. Alright, let's go this way. Enemies to both sides, I think. Nope, it was just one side. I hear some SS. Let's just sit down here. Let them funnel out.
My name. Oh.
All right. I have to go in here. Bad doggy. Now you can actually switch weapons in this, and you can actually switch back down to the knife as well, which I just did. So you can knife the dogs, which won't use any ammo. Interestingly, some console versions of Wolfenstein 3D will not allow you to switch down to the knife. It's interesting. I can't talk right now. Split off one of my headphone ear cuffs. That usually helps me out when it comes to stumbling and stuttering over myself as I try to talk. Okay, so yeah, we already came into that room. Let's go this way. Back here. And we'll go ahead and save it. Now you can actually just hit escape, go to the save option. The same thing if you want to load a game. But the default shortcuts for those commands are F2 to save and F3 to load. And that was carried over into Doom as well, and Quake. It always kind of like messed me up when other games would have quick saving and quick loading. Because their functionality would be on like different F keys. Oftentimes, and it always screws me up to this day. I mean, I guess technically F2 and F3 here aren't quick saving and quick loading. Quick saving is technically you hit the button and it saves automatically. You don't have to go to a menu. Same with quick loading. You hit the button, it automatically loads the game. But I still have a habit of calling them quick saving and quick loading because it honestly doesn't take that long. See, that was quick. I triggered a bunch of guys. That can get really dangerous really fast. Like, if you're not aware that you triggered a bunch of enemies... Ooh, we got the chain gun. Hell yeah. The chain gun is super powerful, but it really eats your ammo like popcorn. So, a lot of times what I do, even when I have the chain gun, or the Gatling gun, I will still use the regular machine gun, because it conserves ammo much better. But the sound effects for the chain gun are amazing in this game. Very booming. And trust me, when there's a room full of enemies, we will be using it. I just love how, like, the reds and the blues pop in this game. It still holds up, like, nicely, in my opinion. It's very pleasing. Alright, let's try this door. We've got to be close to the end of the map. Yep, that's the exit right there. Oh, no, that's a locked door. With the exit behind it, coincidentally. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab this. Make sure there's nothing else over here, and we're good to go. Okay, no enemy. Alright, we're about halfway through this first episode. And let's go ahead and save it, just in case we die. When you die in this game, you do have to restart the level with just the pistol. even if you have lives and all that good stuff, you lose all your weapons. So if you don't want to lose your weapons, make sure you save it. Then you can just reload your game and start the level back off again as if you had just gotten to it. So quick saving does, or saving your progress I should say, does save like your lives and all that stuff too. So if you get down to like 2 lives from 7, just reload your game, you'll have all 7 lives back again. Yeah, very important to take advantage of saving in this game if you want it to be a little bit of a little bit nicer of an experience. I mean, Wolfenstein can be brutal, especially on the highest difficulty. You can die so insanely fast in this game. Alright, nice. Got a key. Very good. You know what's funny is, like, if we had played the bonus stage, we... well, I wouldn't say that we'd still be on that map, but it's a very big map, and so it would have heavily extended this attempted playthrough time. Already opened that one. Did not open this one. Now, if your health is extremely low, you can actually, like, suck up blood puddles and stuff like that, which will give you a tiny bit of health back. That was actually one of the things that my buddy Ronnie had told me about many years ago. I was like, man, I've been playing this game for so long and I never knew that. So it's like, despite its simplicity, like, there is nuance to it. There are interesting mechanics that I'm sure a lot of people still don't even know about. Because they look at this game, they think, oh, this is a really basic game. Oh, so satisfying. Just that sound effect alone is amazing. It's big, it's booming. Doesn't get much better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's a guy right next to me. I heard him in my left ear. But I was like, I don't know, that's too small of an area. But nope, he was there. Now, one of the things about recording this is it is a little uncomfortable for me. I honestly, I don't have a lot of room on my recording desk for, like, my retro PC setups. And so... my arms are both, like, half hanging off the desks that the keyboard and mouse are on. And it's the kind of desk that has, like, very sharp edges. Uh-oh, this is not good. Alright, let's go ahead and save it, just in case, because I've got very little health. Now, a bunch of those earlier rooms I can go back to if I want, and I can try to get some health again. Which would probably be a wise idea. I was like, where did he go? Trying to play it really safe here because I've got nothing. Just one more hit and I'm dead. I don't know if one of these is a secret. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's go back. Let's try to get some more health because I've got almost nothing. More enemies, great. No health there. Okay, that's scary. 6% health. I think think that's is that a tree or is it an enemy? It's an enemy. Here's somebody else. There's so many of them. Alright, some health, that's good. This is intense. It's good old classic Wolfenstein 3D. You can die at a moment's notice. It's kind of like real life. Got some more ammo, that's good too. Alright. Alright, perfect. Got some good health now, that's good. We're gonna keep exploring, see if we can get some ammo at the same time. One of these might actually open up too, let's see. Nope, apparently not. Worth a try. Nice. It's always satisfying when you get an instant kill. Alright, I think we're good. So now I have to figure out where to go again. Actually, I think it was down here. Yep, okay. Yep, you got me. That caught me off guard. I actually jumped a little bit there. Oh, man. Alright, we want to save it immediately. Some of these levels actually have enemies, like, right in your face, and they'll notice you, and then start shooting at you, so you have to be careful. Ooh, that was an interesting shot. That does not look like it should have connected, but it did. What I like about, like, these basic soldiers is that you can just kind of, like, run and mow straight through them. It's very satisfying. Interesting. It's always interesting when you see, like, an empty room like that with nothing in it. Another secret. A lot of times in Wolfenstein 3D, secrets will lead into other secrets. So just because you've opened up, like, a push wall, or discovered a push wall, it doesn't mean, like, you know, that's it, and that's all that's there. There could be something else hidden. Did I get all of them? Let's see. Yes, I did. We got 8 lives. A little low on ammo, though. Alright. Right, can't do anything with that. Just come on back. We need a key for that, so I guess we have to come down this way. Now, dog food's only worth 4% of your health, but it does actually give you health. So always keep that in mind if your health gets low in this game. That's the beginning. Aha! It pays to be fast in this game. It really does. It's one of the things I love about Wolfenstein 3D is it is very fast and snappy if you get good at it. If you get good at the controls, it can be a very fast and quick experience. Maybe not the most pleasant thing to watch, but as you're playing it, you really feel like you're in control. And if you need to get out of harm's way really quickly, you can. It's just, see, look at that. Like, you can be really fast in this game. You can also be slow. So one thing I didn't really mention is that you have to hold down the shift key by default to run. Otherwise your movement speed is more like this. Which might be the preferred way for a lot of people to play. But getting fast with your controls and precise is a great way to stay alive. Some interesting clipping there. Some glitching. I didn't see it happen again. This is the original DOS version. I mean, granted, we're running it in Windows 95, which is compatible with a lot of DOS titles. You know, we're not using any sort of emulation or anything. So any glitches that happen should theoretically happen on other system configurations as well. It's not the result of like an emulator or something like that. Now another trick to deal with these doors is to actually kill enemies in the doorways themselves. The doors will not close if there are dead bodies in the doorways. So, nice little trick there if you want to leave the doors open. So I wonder if this is the key that'll open up the black door, which I'd have to go back this way. I think. I was gonna say I might be going the wrong way, and yep, I'm definitely going the wrong way. No secrets. Okay, it is good. Oh! Yeah, you gotta watch out for enemies just around the corners of these doors. They can really catch you off guard and just, like, murder you instantly. Hey, floor 7. Still making decent progress. We've got a couple more floors to go and then we're done. Yeah, also, when you take a hit, as you've probably been able to tell, is your screen flashes red. Okay, locked door, that's good, so black door there. The reason that's significant, the flashing, is that, you know, if there's an enemy in the distance, but you can't hear him because he's too far away, you will know that he's out there because he'll shoot and still hit you. And your screen will flash red just briefly when you take a hit. So if you ever take a hit randomly, if you see the red flash randomly, it means that there's someone behind you. It would be a good idea to try to take them out. You got guys on the other side of these columns. probably not bother with them right now because I don't want to waste my ammo. Ammo can get very tight in this game. That is one of the things about Wolfenstein 3D, is ammo can get extremely tight. Like, we're talking down to like, oh, I only have 5 bullets left, but there are 4 enemies in the room. So you don't want to waste your ammo on enemies that where like you can't collect their clips right away. You want to kill enemies that are like nearby and you can collect their ammunition that they drop when they die. Alright, a little bit of health, not too bad. Nothing in here, huh? No secret either. Alright, let's see what's down this way. There's gonna be a lot of enemies just wandering around now. If you ever open up a door and it reveals a room full of enemies, you should probably try to take them out, because if you start exploring elsewhere, they're gonna start funneling out and following you around, and they're gonna catch you off guard, and you're gonna probably end up dying. Got some good ammo. Alright, key. So that should be for the black door. So we can go back towards the beginning. Which I guess was somewhere around here? Whoa! It's a lot of dudes. Spray and pray. It's always really satisfying though, killing like hordes of enemies in this game. Oh, it's opening up that door now. Interesting. It's opening both doors. Okay, that's really weird. Usually it's one key for one colored door, one key for the other. So I wonder if there's, in like the map editor, some sort of like property you can set for the keys, or the door, not the keys, but like the doors specifically. Where it's like, this door can work with either key. Or if there's only like one key on the map, then by default it opens up both types of doors. I don't know, I'm just speculating. I haven't made Wolfenstein maps in like 25 years, so I have no idea. I did play around with Wolfenstein editors way back in the day, like the 90s. It was pretty fun. It's very easy to cobble together some Wolfenstein maps because of how simple it all is. Someone behind me. Alright, no secret. We tried. Let's try it again. No secret. Things like barrels you can actually shoot through. All right. Yeah, some of these episode 1 maps in particular are just like massive. It's actually kind of crazy to think about because, like, you know, Wolfenstein 3D was a shareware game. Like, you could have literally downloaded the first episode. You didn't even have to buy it. And you get, you know, 9 or 10 levels. I think it's 10 levels. It's 9 regular. Saw another glitch again. 9 regular, and then 1 secret level. So that would make it 10. And you got that for free. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people didn't have access to the internet at the time, so, you know, a lot of people did buy the shareware episode, but buying the shareware episode was really cheap, like $5 or $10, versus, like, you know, 30 to 40 to 50 for the full game, whatever it was. And you got a lot of content for it. I mean, this is, like, I'm kind of whipping right through this, but if you were playing this for the first time in the 90s, knowing what you knew in the early 90s when FPS was completely new, you probably didn't even know you could use the mouse, that sort of thing, like, it's a lot of content. It's a lot of content for not much, you know? Now that said, some of this level design definitely leaves a little bit to be desired. It doesn't bother me too much, but if you've been playing a lot of games all day, kind of like I have, and you're trying to do this video, it starts to wear on you pretty quickly, actually. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm like, oh man, my eyes are getting sore, all this fast movement. Should be noted, I am actually playing on a CRT. I have a VGA monitor. Huge shout-outs to Marshall, who sent it to me several years ago now, and I'm still rocking it. I still use it regularly. But this is the way to play MS-DOS games and Windows games, if you ask me. Playing it on a screen that was made for these games. Or play these games on a display that they were made for. Alright, so there was that black door. Actually, no, I'm thinking of another level. Getting this level confused with our previous level. Oh, lucky guess. Very lucky guess. I'll take that. Get some ammo. And another one. By the way, Hitler is actually the boss of episode 3. So when Wolfenstein 3D first came out, it was actually only a 3-episode long game. The latter 3 episodes were actually released at a later date. And the latter 3 episodes are actually technically prequels to this. So if you wanted to play Wolfenstein 3D from a story context standpoint, in the quote-unquote correct order, you would go episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then you go to episodes 1, 2, and 3. Because it's kind of like Star Wars. Alright, boss time. Again, we skipped the bonus level, so... this is a huge arena. I bet this brought many a 386 to its knees. Alright, so there's actually a secret right there. And if you don't have it already, if you're just starting with just the pistol, you can get yourself a chain gun. Now, interestingly, I think if you get a chain gun and you don't have a machine gun, I think it automatically gives you the machine gun. Like, let's test that out. Look at how fast you can die in this. Woo! Yeah, let's test that out. Well, so much for a deathless run. We'll just count it as deathless, because that was intentional. Yep, we just tested it out. You get the machine gun along with the chain gun. It's a funny little like oversight, I guess.
Guten Tag.
I always love how he says Guten Tag. So just about everything in Wolfenstein is what we call a hit scan, where basically enemies they start firing and they just hit you. As long as they can see you, they can hit you. There are a couple of enemies late in the game. I think on the last level of episode 3 that shoot projectiles, but it's extremely rare. Here we go. This is it.
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah! Another quick play! You win. So 48 minutes and 57 seconds for the whole playthrough. Or the in-game time, I should say. I still love the artwork in this game, too. BJ, your character, he always looks like a badass. You run out of the castle and hook up with the underground. They inform you that the rumors were true. Some hideous human experiments were seen around Castle Hollahammer. Hollahammer? I'm not sure. So Operation Ice and Faust is real. You must journey there and terminate the maniacal Dr. Shabs before his undead army marches against humanity. Oh no. And in episode 3, Hitler hides in his titanic bunker as the Third Reich crumbles about him. It is your job to assassinate him, ending his mad reign. And if you like Wolfenstein, you'll love the prequel trilogy of Nocturnal Missions. 30 more action-packed, super challenging levels. Yeah, those are the second set of 3 episodes I was talking about. So episodes 4, 5, and 6, you had to get separately. And if we hit escape, quick play. Surprised I don't have any other scores here. It's interesting. So I think if we go to, oh no, it's not here. So a lot of these MS-DOS games back in the day actually, you know, they'd have like order information. You can go and, you know, they would tell you like where to send a money order or a check, and how much it would cost and all that stuff, how much shipping would be to order the full game or order extra like expansion packs or things like that. So, but yeah, it doesn't look like that's actually here in Wolfenstein 3D. So the 2 Johns, Adrian, Tom, Jay, Kevin, Bobby Prince, and Jason. So not a huge team on this game. Yeah, not a huge team. But, yeah, that's Wolfenstein 3D, guys. Like I said, it's, technically, you know, just after Wolfenstein 3D's birthday, 30th birthday. So happy birthday, Wolfenstein 3D. And, oh yeah, that's right, this level sucks to recover on because of this. This is a really tough part. Yeah, the game does have a demo screen that'll play. Funny enough, like, the demo runs at a choppy frame rate. I don't really know why it does that, but kind of interesting thing to note. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick play. I'll be back with other quick plays like this in the near future. I'll also have some other proper Let's Play walkthroughs lined up soon, and obviously the usual live streams and stuff like that. So stay tuned for all those, guys. If you've played Wolfenstein 3D before, post a comment down below about it, especially if you played it a long time ago and you're nostalgic about it. I'm kind of curious if you still play it to this day, even. Like, I still play it to this day. Not just for this video, but just in general. I love the classic Wolfenstein 3D, so now I might have to spend some time going through all the other episodes, not as quick plays, but just for fun on my own. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thanks again for watching. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, so I guess until the next one, take it easy.